Hey you guys, hey, I'm up on the river, and this was the river I spent a lot of my life guiding on, and we call this Pinball Alley right here, you guys. And when I would float this river, I was running a drift boat. If you guys don't know what a drift boat is, I'm sure a lot of you do, but a drift boat's kind of like a rowboat that looks kind of like a banana boat, where it's risen on both sides so that you can take on whitewater. So anyway, I got a really fun story I want to tell you guys. The guy that made that boat, his name was Willie. And Willie, he used to be a partner in a company called Alumaweld. And some of you guys probably know Alumaweld boats. So anyway, Willie broke off of his partner, and he wanted to start his own company called Willie Boats. And so he specialized in drift boats, which are river boats, made just for rivers. And then he started moving into jet boats. And he builds a boat named the Assaulter, that's one of the most popular boats in Alaska for running rivers. They're jet boats. And he built another one called the Predator that is a beautiful boat too. So anyway, how I met Willie, you guys, I was guiding in Alaska, and Willie was a real short guy, and he was a total prankster, you guys. I mean, he would do some pranks that were unbelievable. So anyway, I was the rookie, and he would call all the rookies greenhorns. So I hadn't met Willie yet, and I showed up in camp, and Willie was there, and Willie loved to cook. So he was always cooking and doing fun stuff. And what I didn't realize, you guys, is Willie only had one arm. And I didn't know that, you guys. I had no clue that Willie only had one arm. So I walked into the cook tent, and I was a greenhorn, first time in Alaska, young, about 20 years old or so. And Willie was in there, and he had a king crab turned over on its back. And he was sticking carrots in the king crab claws, and the king crab was cutting the carrots, and then Willie was throwing them into a salad bowl. And I thought, what in the tarnations is this guy doing? This guy's nuts. So anyway, I didn't think much of it, but he was actually had like a whole bowl of salad with this king crab cutting salad up. So anyway, he yells over at me, he says, "Hey, greenhorn," he says, "give me something to toss this salad with." So I didn't know he only had one arm, you guys. So I went over to the utensil drawer, and I pulled out two spoons, like salad tossing spoons, and I went over and handed them to Willie. And old Willie got this really, really serious look on his face. And he said, "What the bleep are you trying to do? Insult me? Can't you see I only got one arm?" And you guys, I about passed out. I've never felt so horrible in my entire life. I just thought, oh my gosh, I just insulted a handicapped guy that I didn't even know he was handicapped. And he says, "Yeah, I've heard about you guys from Utah. You just like to bleeping insult people." And I was so apologetic, and I just couldn't apologize enough, you guys. And then all of a sudden, Willie lets out this great big huge smile, and he says, "I'm just messing with you, greenhorn. Don't worry about it. I do that to all the rookies coming in." And boy, he did too, you guys. He played some pranks on some of the guides that I got to know Willie very, very well. In fact, he was the one that hand-built me my drift boat, which I still have. I left that drift boat in Utah when I moved to Alaska. But I used to float this Pinball Alley a lot in it. And I'll tell you, if you didn't line up on this right, you guys, if you hit the first rock when you start this, you're going to hit every rock going down it. And I wish I could show you guys a little more of it. It goes way down around the corner, and it's just solid rocks. But I want to tell you a fun story about Willie. And his boat company is still going. His boat company is in Medford, Oregon. And if you ever look up, he's passed away. Willie passed away at an early age. He was quite a character, Willie. I'll tell you guys a whole bunch of stories about Willie in the future. But he passed away quite a few years ago, and I had the opportunity to go down to his home and I actually traded him 5,000 flies towards buying that new drift boat. And I went down to his brand new shop, and he fabricated and built that drift boat right in front of me, and its virgin trip was down the Rogue River fishing steelhead. And of course I had to have it painted Bear Lake blue because that's my favorite color. And that boat has been around the country, guys. I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rivers that boat has floated. It's probably over 30 years old now, but it still floats just like it was brand new. But boy, does it have some war wounds in it, guys. Coming through rivers like this where you're hitting rocks and boulders and bumping stuff and grinding the bottom, and it's quite a boat. I wish I had it here today, guys. I don't know if I'll have time while I'm in Utah or Idaho to actually take you guys on a float trip, but if I did, I sure would. But anyway, I want to tell you a really funny story about Willie. We turned out to be really lifelong friends, and we had a lot of fun together. And there's about 10 stories about Willie in that book I wrote called True Friends Are Heaven Sent. And I'll tell you guys some of the other stories. Some of the stories are a little risque. So anyway, I might want to have you guys read them instead of me tell them to you. But talk about a neat guy and a fun personality and somebody who could make you smile even on your worst day. And Willie, he sure builds some nice boats. His slogan for his boats was Willie Boats, and then below that it says simply the best. And to this day, I believe his boats are simply the best. They're just amazing boats. Anyway, guys, I'm up on the Bear River, and going to start working on the store the day after Valentine's Day, so I'm trying to make you guys a few fun videos. And I'd fish this right now, but it is awfully cold and it's about dark, and I'm headed home. So anyway, you guys have a super nice day. I hope you like my story about Willie, and he was a super nice guy. One more thing about old Willie, he loved a drink called Chili Willie. So what he would do is he'd go to the bar, he'd get a 32-ounce beer, and then he'd have him drop a 4-ounce shot of tequila down into the bottom of the beer. And the bar named that drink after Willie. They named it a Chili Willie. And I had one with him one time, and I'll tell you what, after one, I was pretty much ready for bed. I'm not much of a drinker, so 32 ounces of beer and 4 ounces of tequila about knocked me cold. And that was the one time I did try it. But anyway, you guys have an awesome day. Send you a great big huge smile here from what I call Pinball Alley here on the Bear River. And you guys have an awesome day. Okay, see you guys. Okay, bye.